Here we are then, 1 month on. This is Bifida blog. Hello, welcome. It's day 36 today. It's the 5th of February, and what does that mean? This basically means that Noah is 1 month old today. We've been at this for a whole month now. Wow, yeah, a month. It has felt like a month at times, but at the same time it also feels like it's gone quite fast. In terms of what we're actually doing today, well, we're not doing an awful lot to celebrate a month. I think Noah's in his going home outfit, not because he's going home, but because I think if he wasn't going to go in today, he wasn't going to fit in at all. Interestingly, today, exactly a month on, we have our first utterings of potentially going back to Barnstable, which is, we're not getting excited just yet. It's going to be a couple more weeks probably, but they would maybe like us to go back to Barnstable, just to sort of keep reviewed on Noah, and if he needed to go back, if he could, say for like if he needs a shunt, so they could review him down here for a little while, and if the fluids remain okay, then perhaps we can stay here. But if he needs the shunt, then he can go back up and have a little bit of a shorter stay up there again. It would just be nice to have Louise and Noah home for a little while, just to keep things, just to allow Louise to have a bit of time at home. I think she's missing it now. I'm missing having them both here, really, to be honest. It definitely isn't the same without her. And I think Heidi, today was her first real day that she's properly missing Mummy.
Good boy. Sleepy boy. Look at your ankle swingers. I've been rubbing them as well. His legs. There, look. Moved it, Mummy. Too sleepy. Picture of innocence.
So what can I really say about it being a month? Well, it's had its ups and downs. The back closure went really well. And you know, we've had some really positives out of this. You know, there have been times where we've sort of gone, no, you know, that wasn't on the list of what we were expecting. But I think we've coped really well about it, and that's not without trying to fit my head through the door, but I think we have coped well. And whether that comes down to what we had with Heidi, and knowing the sort of circumstances and what to expect. Needless to say though, we're all sort of ready to get the move on, really. So I'm just going to brave the traffic and go and get Heidi from nursery. So I just needed to get some work done, to get a few bits done before we got to Bristol. And Heidi said she wanted to do some cutting and gluing. Yeah, wasn't quite expecting the bomb site like this. You got bombers?
Bombers and crackers and strawberries and...
So this is really the routine now, so I'll get Heidi home. If I'm on a nursery day, she'll play for a little bit and I'll do some jobs. So that proof that the Hoover is out. So I've got some bits to do, especially today. Some sort of our own paperwork, as it would be, because we're just trying to clear up some loose ends to Noah's birth and letting people know, the authorities, and letting them know. And trying to arrange for some pay for Louise at some point. Getting Heidi's tea ready. Yeah, getting into a fairly good pattern. Washing's all done now. It's drying off, and the ironing board. Look, I've already done most of the ironing. See, sorted, and the ironing board's ready there for later. So Heidi's going to have a tea, and then we're going to go up and have a nice bath, aren't we? She's nodding.
Somebody is wide awake tonight. Hello.
Bifida vlog with Heidi, who's getting ready to go to nursery. Woo! And playing this morning as well. We've got a bit of time, so. Not an awful lot planned for today for us, apart from the normal nursery. And I'm going to work this morning. Thank you, Heidi. I don't think everyone wants to see your tongue. Or do they? By the way, I haven't done her hair yet, before anyone asks. Boop.
I can't go to Grandma's, but we've just been here for she got some things up.
We didn't drop things off, we picked things up, didn't we?
Pick things up.
What did we pick up? Freezer bags.
We picked up freezer bags, and we have. Now we're going to Bristol. And means what we do now. So your turn to speak to the phone.
Okay, well, we have just been to Granny and Grandad's, and we have just picked up some freezer bags for all of Mummy's milk because she's got too much in the freezer. So we're going to have to take some home with us on Monday. So, yeah, so we've made a short detour and we are on our way up to Bristol again. And I think we're both very much looking forward to getting up there again, seeing as we had such a short time up there last weekend. Before you know it, another Friday evening swings round and we're back here already at Cots for Tots. Nice easy drive, which is good. Noah's had a fairly good week in that respect. You know, usually most weeks we've had something going on, whereas this week's been fairly normal. It's been great for Louise to have her mum up here for most of this working week. Although she's gone back today. We missed her, so she's gone before we got here, so we haven't seen her either. I think that was good for Louise just to have some company whilst we're trying to hold the fort at Barnstable. The situation is still a little bit unsure as to whether we're going to be 100% staying here at St Michael's and in the Cots for Tots accommodation, although we are hearing of a few other couples that are here as well that are being moved to the Children's Hospital and still being allowed to stay in Cots for Tots for as long as there's room there for them to do that. So it's all gone a bit quiet on the move front. I mean, we're not exactly desperate for it, but it definitely has its benefits in terms of having a bit more specialist care for him and a bit more interaction and fun for him, really, because it's a bit sterile and a bit boring for a child that's getting quite old now. And the problem is he is just too big for the neonatal unit now, really. A month old now. So I would imagine if he was to be discharged and then had to be brought back in, he'd be down at the Children's Hospital. He'd be nowhere near here. So I guess that's their reasoning for it. So for the weekend, again, we've not got an awful lot planned. We'll have to do a shop. Hopefully Heidi and Louise can go off and do something themselves, have a bit of time together, as they didn't get an awful lot of time last week. And hopefully I'll get to spend a bit more time with Noah, because last week wasn't so successful for the one night that we got. So I'll hopefully get a few days of just having him close and just enjoying him. So I'm going to wrap it up there. It's been a serene couple of days, which has been nice. And now we're past the month point. We're sort of really hoping that this is what we need to maybe think about getting home, which would be great. I'm going to get some rest ahead of hopefully a nice weekend of cuddles. So I'll see you soon. Have a nice weekend. Bye.